Good day, beautiful souls and people out there, all you creators of business, life, and love. I am Nuala Taylor with Transform Your Life, You Under Reconstruction. And right now, I am in one of my favorite locations. I am at a Barnes& and Noble. And I love the fact that when I'm here, I have all kinds of things to choose from, to read from fiction and nonfiction, fantasy, a lot of deep dive into some personal development, which is what I'm looking for today. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk to you about the importance of being open. And not just open minded, but open to the fact that no matter what we do, our life is about experiences. And in order for our life to grow and to be consistent, in order for you to make things interesting and to teach yourself new skills that will take you into new avenues and directions, you have to be open to learning more. When you're looking in it with a leadership aspect, really it's are you willing to learn skills and get good at what what you're not good at yet? Are you willing to develop those kinds of skills to become a better leader? If you're a parent, no one's born a parent. I'm sorry. You don't just have children and then poof, you're a good parent. I like to think that I was good to my kids and took care of them the best that I could. But I mean, I'll be honest. When I had my children, when I had my first child, I was in high school. I don't know anything about being responsible for another person besides myself in every single aspect of my life, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I was determined to make it work, and knew that this was life-changing for me. But even though I had been babysitting my cousins and taking care of family members and other kids from the time I was 9, it does not mean that I would be a good parent. It just meant that I had to practice. There were a lot of things that I experienced as a young parent that I didn't get to experience when I was watching other people's kids, because they were other people's kids. Problems with medical issues, medications, dealing with just some severe stuff like autism, dealing with having my children having, or one of my children having, not Tourette's, she used to have seizures as a young child, dealing with a reflux at a very young age where there was a lot of infection. I just, babysitting someone's kids or raising them or looking after them while you're a child or a teenager does not prepare you for the real deal. Not in that aspect. And there are a lot of people out there who become parents, or females who become pregnant, and it's one of those things. It's a learning thing. So to be able to reach out, to read books, to go to parenting groups where they show you, share you, and teach with you different kinds of skills and different kinds of strategies to put in place to be able to raise a healthy and happy individual, right? That's all out there for you. But you have to be willing to learn and to look for knowledge past yourself, or at least to talk to somebody in order to trigger knowledge that you already hold within yourself that reminds you of who you are. So learning, lifelong experience. There are lots of people I know that they figure just because they finished with high school and they got their college degree and they got the job that they always wanted, and that they don't have to go to school anymore, and they're hit with this awareness that in order to continue in that job, there is additional training. There are things that you have to keep up with, trends that you have to keep up, new technologies that you have to keep up with, new philosophies that come up within your occupation, right? In order for you to stay relevant. So you have to have a willingness to continue to learn if you want to be successful. And that is in everything in life, is to continue to be willing to learn. I have to be very thankful for that, because I really don't know where it came from, that I'm just a sponge. I look forward to learning. It's like an adventure for me to find a new skill and to put it into practice and then watch it work for me. I love that, totally love that. But some people, they're not. And I know myself, just as being a woman, women are pretty much agents of change. Through all the chaos, we consistently change and we adapt, and we can adapt quickly given the right environment. So I'm very thankful that my ability to seek out new knowledge and new skills is reinforced by the fact that I am just an agent of change anyway. But not so easy for other people. So I have 3 things to share with you that might actually help you to become a sponge, right? A lot of times, especially like if you're going through school, if you're in high school or you're in college or you're like taking some kind of class for continuing education for your certifications and your licenses, and you literally looking at something that you don't think is important to you, so you lose interest and then you start having difficulty learning, right? Step 1 in learning anything is to become emotionally invested in what you're doing, right? And I'll explain a little bit about that. One of my injuries from being part of the military in my service in the Iraq War was the way that I learn and am able to retain information has changed. Where primarily I was able to read anything and retain anything, now once I read something and I look away from it, I completely forget what it is. I am a very avid note taker right now because I need to be. And I had to adjust how I integrate information into myself. And I found that when I make the information that I'm hearing, seeing, reading important to me emotionally, it locks that learning in. And as Master Eric Ho, Sri Akarshana, has taught me, one of my mentors, is that if you do this learning with a daily physical practice, it will be locked in. So that is number 1, is become emotionally invested in what you're learning. Even if it's not something that you think is important to you, make it important to you, right? Feel how this is going to actually make an impact in your job, in your life, in your advancement, right? How is it going to feel when you're finished with it? And what is this knowledge going to do for you, right? If you choose and tell yourself that this is not important, it's not important. That's how powerful you are. That's how powerful your brain is. So you have to choose to make this something important to you. You have to actually feel it. The second thing on, pretty much how to become a sponge is to change the type of learning material that you have. Don't just stick to one. If you're sitting down looking at lectures, physically write it down, right? Written word. Don't just listen to it. Video record it if you can, or have a sound recording so that you have several ways of information that you are taking this in. You have to be able to see it, hear it, do it, read it, right? All of these at the same time. If you use all of the ways that people can learn, because through life this shifts for you, right? If you were used to learning something a specific way really good, later down in the line maybe not so much. So you want to hit every single way, type of learning that humans have in order to lock this thing down, right? So that's 2, to help you to be successful with learning new skills. The third thing, thing to integrate into your head when it comes to learning something new and retaining that knowledge, is bounce those ideas off in a group of people who are like-minded like you. Become your own counsel. Create a group of people and join a group of people who are just as dedicated as you are into advancing yourself. advancing their community, into lifting up their vibration of their planet, in becoming happy and absolutely successful in their life. Surround yourself with those people and have a conversation, have a dialogue. And I do have to tell you that no matter what it doesn't matter if it's in business, in government, in religion, whatever it is, that if you find people to have dialogue with, open dialogue with, that you readily accept what you're hearing and are able to impart what you're sharing with other people without expecting them to agree with you or absorb that as, identify with that and take that on as something that they accept as now their new reality. This open type of dialogue will solidify your learning, right? So those are my three ways to kind of help you to learn more, stay a sponge, continue to grow and advance in yourself, and then kind of just lock that information down. I hope that this short video has kind of given you a little bit of a spark on how to do that for yourself, how to stay a lifelong learner, because there are only two directions to go in life. You're either going to grow and you're going to advance and get better, or you're going to be stagnant and you're going to decline. And this is where death occurs, whether it's death of the body or death of the mind or death of the spirit. You can't just stay still, right? It's a pole. So either you're going to go up or you're going to go down. You can't just stay in the middle. So I wish you guys all love and happiness. If you are watching this video and you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to ding ding, ring that bell to see notifications on when new videos come up for you. It is my intention always to put videos up that bring you value so that you can be the best version of yourself. Much love, light, aloha. Thank you for checking this out. If you have any comments about whether or not this worked for you, or if you have different ways and skills of learning and retaining and continuing yourself to be inspired to learn more, please put them down in the comments. I would love to see it. I would love to see where in the world you're seeing this from, and I would also like to say a huge shout out to my creator family at thecreatorcircle.cc. I will put that link down there below as well. There are some oil blends that can help you to open up your awareness and help you to absorb your information and focus more clearly. I will also put a link for that down in the description below. All right, I'll see you guys later. Namaste.